Hello, dearest friends, dearest beautiful co-creator souls of love and light. This is Lady Ninari, Princess of the Sea, Lady of Glencoe, Highlands, Scotland, coming to you with a new and special video meditation. So this video meditation is called the Transcendent Breath Meditation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a bit of background and explain the process to you. And then I will lead you through this process of the Transcendent Breath Meditation. So this meditation came to me back nearly 30 years ago. I was pregnant with my first son, and being a single parent, I wanted to be able to actually have a natural childbirth. Due to the circumstances and situation that I had at the time, I was unable to have that. However, back in that day, Lamaze was pretty big. It was a breathing technique utilized in that realm of childbirthing. And so I was also at the time studying in my own studies of lifelong study of meditations. And actually, it was more like hypnosis. It was self-hypnosis that I had delved into at that time, which I actually had my first son, all through self-hypnosis. So the Lamaze technique was free from really completely resonating with me. And so I was attempting to come up with something that was a bit more meditative, but at the same time brought me into a transcendent process to where I was actually able to transcend the pain, feel the pain of labor, but still be able to transcend it and to have the birthing process be a more pleasant experience. So what I ended up doing was receiving in channel this that I'm sharing with you now, which is the Transcendent Breath Meditation. So it is incorporated actually of the ancient breath wisdom that we do and are being in Lemuria, which is our first existence here on this earth before Atlantis, in linear succession. Multidimensionally speaking, it is our first existence here on this earth. And so during this process of being with child, I came into understanding this breathing technique, and so I utilized it in terms of giving birth to my son. And so have utilized it off and on throughout the last 30 odd years now. So this is based upon the breath of life, or the breath of life from Source, God, the Master Artist, whatever you so choose to call such. When Source first gave its first breath of life in creating us as soul, in its likeness and image. Okay, so all of this breathing technique is done through the nose and out through the nose. So in through the nose and out through the nose, with a slight exception. Okay, and I'll explain that a little bit in a moment. Now, when you do this meditation, it's an active meditation, okay? So you may feel a sense of lightheadedness, a tingling in your soul eye, or as we earthly call it, the third eye, a tingling in your crown chakra, your Ti Chakra, which is AHTI, which stands for all that is, which connects you to all that is of multidimensional consciousness. You may feel it all over your body. I've had some people who've done this as I've taught it over the last 30 years that have experienced a floating sensation or a sensation of they feeling their arms or certain body parts as if they've merged into the oneness of Source. All of these are natural occurrences and things to be aware of that can occur. And this is okay, and you will be okay. Okay, so I'm going to explain the process here, and then I will guide you through a meditative process of it. So to begin, what we're going to do is we're going to take 4 slow Buddha belly breaths. Okay, so what that means is the diaphragmatic breath, I think is how it's properly pronounced. So it's the diaphragmatic breath or diaphragmatic breath that actually as we're breathing in, what we're doing is expanding our belly. We're expanding our sacral chakra and our solar plexus. So you will feel your belly expand. And this is how you can or know that you're doing it properly. Okay, and this is often why it's called the Buddha belly breath, because it is where you're expanding your belly like the Buddha when he had his big belly. Yeah? So you're going to take 4 slow Buddha belly breaths, breathing in through your nose and expanding your belly. As you would expand your belly, there is a certain technique that you're going to do as well. You're going to have your tongue touching the roof of your mouth. Now, mine just does this naturally. It's done it since I was a wee lass, probably since I was born. But my first recollection is just being a wee lass of 4 or 5 and doing this. I just automatically do it, and I purposefully actually have to put my tongue down to do that. So if you can just make sure that your roof of your mouth is touching, your tongue is touching the roof of your mouth. Okay, and then as you breathe in and expand your belly, at the same moment, you're going to also contract your muscles that you utilize for eliminating. Okay, so this may seem a bit mechanical at first once you do this, but as you get into the flow of the meditation, it'll just come automatically to you. Okay, so we're going to do 4 of those types of breaths. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move into a specific rapid succession of breathing. Now, the reason that this came forth to me is those 4 slow Buddha belly breaths I would be taking in between the contractions, right? And then as the contractions started, I would be doing this next rapid succession of breathing. So what we'll do is we'll take a total of 31 total breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Okay? And usually that takes, on average, about 2 minutes to do. Okay? And then from there, at the end of those breaths, at the last one, the 31st one, you're just going to stop. Breathing is going to cease. You're just going to allow the breath to come naturally on its own. Now, it's going to feel as if there's a cessation of breath, and that's okay. For however long that lasts, it can last from a few seconds to, for some people, up to a minute even. And those few seconds may actually seem like a minute when it happens, but what happens is that this is when you may feel this slight sensation of lightheadedness, the tingling, of the SoulEye or the crown chakra, the Ti Chakra all over your body, or the no sensation of hands or body parts, or this feeling of merging, transcending. This is why it's called the Transcendent Breath Meditation. This is perfectly natural. And at some point you will start to feel that natural sensation. Once the cessation of breath has occurred, you may start to feel the natural sensation to come up through you to take a breath. And when you do, and only when and as you do, what you'll do is you're going to take one deep breath in, and then you're going to hold that breath. It's a Buddha belly breath again, so you'll be taking the deep Buddha belly breath in when you feel that naturalness to arise to take a breath. And you'll hold that breath for 8 to 12 seconds. And this is the one that you will actually release out of your mouth. Okay, so it'll be a cleansing breath. Then we'll go back and we'll repeat the cycle of the 4 Buddha belly breaths slowly again. And then this will be the completion of the cycle with one last deep breath. Okay? It'll be slowly in through your nose and slowly out through your nose. And that will signal the completion of the cycle. And you'll just rest in the transcendence. So this is a total of 40 breaths. Okay, now obviously when I was in labor, I was free from counting this. So over the years, I've honed this into a more specific practice that you are receiving now in this meditation. So I want to explain, though, why there's a total of 40 breaths, okay? And the reason is 40 is the total of 4 in numerology, which is actually the diamond essence of Lemuria. And as I said, this is the breathing that we do in Lemuria, did as in the dimension that we live in Lemuria when we had our etheric form and our physical form. As I've said in many of my channels and posts on Facebook and other social media and articles and things of that nature, in Lemuria, we're free from having any essence of eating originally. We came here on the breath of life. Okay, and so we would live on this chi, this prana, this energy, and this is where, coming from source, as I said at the beginning of this recording, this is how we would actually feed or eat. We would eat or utilize the chi, the prana, the energy, the vibrational frequency of the transcendent breath to sustain us in our etheric form and then also in our physical form in Lemuria. Then as we devolved in consciousness, if you will, became into denser form, we then did sun gazing. And we utilized the sun as our form of food. Then we utilized the herbs, the plants, the trees, the fruits and whatnot. Then we utilized, going even deeper into denser consciousness, we ended up utilizing fruits and vegetables that grew in Mother Earth, rather than the above ground fruits and vegetables, and then on to eating meat. So that's kind of the rapid succession in which we devolved and go to evolve, okay? But all of it is based upon the transcendent breath, the vibrational frequency energy, okay? Because if you look at food, all of it comes from the sun and from vibrational frequency energy, okay? So if you're eating an apple, it's got the energy of the sun in it because it has grown on an apple tree, but it also has the energy of the breath of life, the transcendent breath, right, of source, okay? And it's the same thing if you were to have an animal of any sort, or a fish or a chicken or anything like that, an animal of any sort, it still has walked the earth or swam in the earth or whatnot. It still has that energy of the sun, and it has the energy of the transcendent breath of source, the vibrational frequency energy. It's a denser form as we consider it from an earthly perspective. It's more denser, but in soul perspective, there is neither denser or lighter. There is no up or down, there is no right or left, there is no higher or lower. There's just different frequency bandwidths on the radio dial, okay? So 4 represents the 4-diamond essence of Lemuria for the total of the 40 breaths. And that 4-diamond essence of Lemuria is love, light, language, which our first language is energetic, vibrational frequency, right? Vibrational frequency energy. And that's our first language, and that comes across as telepathic, heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul communication. Communing and listening to one another beyond the words, beyond the sound even, just listening in the silence to the vibrational frequency. And then oneness. So it's love, light, love, light, language, and oneness. Okay? And then the other reason for the 40 is from a biblical perspective, and it's not necessarily religious per se, but if you look at the Bible, or if you look at the Quran, or if you look at the Bhagavad Gita, or you look at any of the ancient Vedas and texts, you will see that in some form or fashion there's a fasting that's being done. Okay, this is why I do fasting and have been doing it for 20 odd years now, and I have said posts about this and whatnot, and may end up doing some videos about it at some point. But the 40 represents the 40 days of fasting that Jesus and Muhammad and Buddha and all of the different sages have done in terms of cleansing into the transcendance, the transcendence of the trance dance, right? Sending you into that dance of your soul through the breath. Okay? So doing this meditation will actually create altered states of consciousness. It will stimulate the cells in your body to rejuvenate. So rejuvenation would be the RNA. It's an acronym also. The R and the V and the A. The R, the N, and the A in the rejuvenation is what RNA also means. It rejuvenates you to your soul. Okay, so it can also stimulate your immune system. It will also fully oxygenate your organs. And it also creates a soulful love, peace, transcendent bliss with the soul embodied through igniting the magnetic electro, the divine feminine that is magnetic energy, and the divine masculine that's electric energy, through wholesyncing those essences, both of those essences, and then transcending you into the ISness, which is infinitely soulful, infinitely spiritual of Source, the Master Artist, God, Spirit, whatever you so choose to call such. Okay? So this gives you an overview of what this transcendent breath meditation is, how it works, and what its benefits are. So now, I'm going to invite you to come into a place where you are comfortable and able to be at rest, free from being disturbed for this time, for this transcendent breath meditation. And with you in a place where you are comfortable, please make sure you are laying down or sitting up. This meditation is free from being a meditation that you are to do standing or whilst walking or whilst operating any type of machinery or doing anything cognitively with your brain. You are meant to be in the stillness now. So I'm going to invite you now to close your eyes and to take a slow, deep Buddha belly breath in through your nose, expanding your belly. And releasing out of your nose, slowly and gently. Breathing in through your nose, whilst your tongue is touching the roof of your mouth, and you're contracting your muscles that you use for eliminating, and letting the breath slowly out through your nose, coming into relaxation. Deeply breathing in through your nose now, feeling calmness, centeredness, peace, and love. Breathing out and releasing and letting go. Breathing in through your nose, expanding your belly, feeling calm and centered. Breathing out through your nose now, calmly releasing, relaxing more and more. And now, breathe in through your nose, breathe out through the nose. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 Last one, breathe in, breathe out, and just stop. Just allow the sensation to float through you, reverberate in you, through you, as you. You may feel a little lightheaded, tingling, or merging into source, and that's okay. When and as you feel the natural breath coming up within you now, I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose, expanding your belly, and hold it now. And release and let go out of your mouth in a cleansing breath. And lastly, we're going to take one deep Buddha belly breath in through your nose, nice and slowly. And slowly release it out of your nose. And just rest in the transcendence, the transcending dance that now sends you into source. And I invite you, if you fancy to do this, for a second or third round. You may continue to do so. You can go back and listen to this recorded meditation again and again. May such bless you in love always, in all ways. Espavo.